We live, and a one, and a two, and a three. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom. We on a little late today. I apologize. The air ain't working here. I had to fly across town to go get the air, get the fan for the people. A big heavy duty fan for the people. So the shepherd got to take care of the sheep, right? Am I right? All right. So Shabbat shalom to everybody. Thank you for coming on in. I'm brother Ronnie, and let them know who you are, my good brother.
Brother Joshua.
Brother Josh came on in today. Thank you for coming. And always a blessing, always a pleasure. And so y'all know all this mess I had to go through this morning. I mean, this lesson gonna be what? It's gonna be fire. Not fire, fire. And I guess the Most High let it be hot in here so people will know you don't keep these commandments, you're going to be in a hotter place than this. Am I right? Let me go ahead and see if it's on YouTube correctly. Let me turn the volume down. Yeah, it's on YouTube correctly. But thank everybody for coming on in today. Appreciate everybody. Got a great lesson for you.
We can't see Josh.
Oh, yeah, he in the back cave right now. Auntie said she can't see you. I said, oh, he in the back cave.
I see them teeth.
She said, you see them teeth?
That's all you need to see.
See them teeth in them eyes, huh? Man, I think, oh Lord. No, I didn't. I got him. I got a baby to see today. But thank everybody for coming on in today. If you here listening to us, you in the land of the living one more time. Don't got a list today, but I have one person that is personally in my life, a co-worker, former co-worker. Well, he didn't work at the same school with me, but I see him at the workshops and the whatnots, and we went to the same college. So I used to be a classmate of his in college, younger than me. I think he probably about 40 years old, had a stroke maybe a year back in a nursing home. He passed. I ain't going to say his name because I didn't get permission to say his name, but he passed, but condolences to his family. Young brother. One day you can be here and one day you can be gone. Good guy from all indications that all the interactions I had with him, so, peace and blessings to his family and condolences to his family because they're going to need the strength. When a family member that young die, that can be hard and tough and sometimes hard to understand, can't it? So just condolences. And if you listen to me, you are blessed to be here in the land of the living one more time. I'm going to go ahead, and since we're running a little late, came in, they did the worship and praise all without me. Unc in here leading. Now, he was in here doing a good job. What y'all sing? I will sing hallelujah. Good song. Thank you for coming on in, Brother Josh. We're going to say hello to the elders. Elder Henry, Elder DeMarcus, Elder Unc, and all the other elders. We got Elder Woody. I don't know. I'll never say that, you're elder too. So we got all of the, we got a lot of brothers in here, but people that I just be missing people and I don't be meaning to do that, So his brother Woody is part of the Memphis crew. He part of the Memphis crew. But double honor to the elders. And I know you got Brother Guy and Brother Isaac with you, Elder Henry. Thank you for coming on in and thank you for everything you do for the ministry. It is not gone unnoticed and it has not gone unappreciated. So we thank you for coming on in. Mama J. Pope, thank you for coming on in. Oh, y'all gonna learn something today. I'm gonna learn y'all something today. Hit them thumbs up. Hit them. I ain't been saying it. And when you don't say it, people forget to do it. We got up to 28. Like my goal is 30 every week. We got up to 28. We were too short. I said, oh, my goodness. But hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Mama Pope, for encouraging us to do that. Robert. Sterling, Silva, hi, Silva. Thank you and Sister Sophia for coming on in today. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, we're going to hear the Most High's word today. Auntie on the second row, thank you for coming on in. Sister Sophia, thank you for coming on in. Sister, she the other half of Brother Sterling. And I forgot to mention my dear Sister Jazz. Sister Jasmine and Baby Malachi, thank you for coming on in. And Mama O over there too. Thank you for coming on in today. Faith, Sister Faith, Shabbat Shalom to you. Shabbat Shalom to you. Thank you for coming on in. Victorious House of Carlos. Thank you for coming on in. We see you. We see your sister Tashua with baby Charlotte, Warrior Caleb, and the new one that's coming on the way. Thank you for coming on in. Brother Ken, keep them commandments, and you will be what? In. You and Sister Fancy Nancy. Kelvin Ben Yahuwah. Kelvin, son of the Most High Yah. Thank you for coming on in, good brother. Thank you. Blessings to you as well. Key to life is Torah. Y'all better get that right. North Carolina crew, thank y'all for coming on in today. Woody, security, thank you for coming on in. Time to learn. Rosalie, Sister Rosetta Stone, thank you for coming on in. Serving up Yahuwah, thank you for coming on in. Yeah, we alive and kicking, brother. We alive and kicking. Mama C, hey, in the Doves. Thank you for coming on in today. Thank everybody for coming on in. It's gonna be a great one today. So great. I was dreaming about this in my sleep. But in my sleep, it was like I couldn't get it out. Like someone was trying to keep it from getting out, like this heat today. I said, my goodness, I rebuke that. We gonna get this out today. Tossing and turning. Because it gotta get, y'all don't know how much this means to me to get this word out, to get the Most High's word out. Y'all just don't know. Some people, it just might be for perfunctory, just something they do every week. No. This is a calling, a high calling that the Most High has called me to. So he ain't no heat. What the scripture say? What can separate me from the love of Yeshua HaMashiach? Nothing. Not persecutions, famines, none of that stuff. No hardships. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what's going on today. We got some people in this world, little mamsy-pamsies, any little thing will stop them, won't it? Any little thing. Well, I got a little crust in my eye today. I can't serve the Most High. Man, get out of here, you mamsy-pamsies. Sister Danielle, good to see you, sister. Good to see you. Good to see you there. Mama Sterling. She said, get that right, Brother Ronnie. Mama Sterling. Yeah. Peace and blessings to your household. To Big Sterling too. Big Sterling. Thank y'all for coming on in today. But I'm gonna decrease that he might increase, and then we're gonna get on into the word, because I don't want to keep you here longer than I gotta keep you here. If it was up to me, we'd be here all day, because that's what they did in the scripts. They did half a day. And Brother Ronnie go over an hour, falling out, losing their mind. So I said, man, what y'all gonna do when we get to the kingdom? Unc said, well, I'll be at another galaxy. I said, no, it's holy. We're gonna be holy before the throne all the time. What you gonna do? Well, I'll be off in another galaxy somewhere. Yeah, you're gonna be. Auntie said that burning galaxy. You ain't gonna praise the king. You're gonna be off exploring other galaxies. Brother, please. But let me get this, make sure it pop up on YouTube. And I'm very, very excited to get into this one. Current slide. Let me check YouTube, and I'll pray when we get on in. 18 likes so far. Hit that thumbs up. I appreciate all y'all. But let's go ahead and pray, and we'll get on into the scripts. Scripts. It's on YouTube correctly. Great. I even made the little logo in the top left, top right corner. Made it a little smaller so it don't be blocking words. I figured something out. I said, man, because this is not like the other platform where I can move it to whatever side I want it to. It only will let the logo be up in the right corner. At least I ain't learned how to make it go nowhere else. That might be it. But let's pray. Abba, Heavenly Father, we just thank you for today, your holy Sabbath day, the day you hung creation many millennia ago. Father, we just thank you for all your people that pushed through to come to hear your word. And we thank you that you would bless them. We thank you that you would edify them. And we thank you that you would change them for the better in their lives. Father, we just thank you right now that they will not only be hearers of your words, but they will be doers of your word, because hearers get the faith and doers get the results. Father, right now, we just cast the devil out. We bind him and cast out arguments, strife, anything that is not like you. We bind it up and we cast it out into the fire. Father, we just thank you that you alone will get all the praise, all the honor, all the glory. Do your name, and your Holy Spirit will flow through me and Brother Josh and cause us to say the things that would administer life to your people. Father, we just also thank you that you alone we get all the praise, all the honor, all the glory. Do your mighty, powerful, magnificent name. And we seal this prayer in the powerful name of your Son, Yahushua the Messiah. Amen. Amen. Amen, amen, amen. Let's get it. Let's get it. What are we talking about today? Exploring the Hebrew alphabet. Yeah. Exploring the what? The Hebrew alphabet. Or the title of on YouTube says Psalms 119. A closer look at the Hebrew alphabet. This ain't what I plan to do. I didn't plan to do this class. I plan on doing your heavenly account today. Most High said, no, you ain't doing that. Do that one. I said, I've done that before. I did it. This will be the third time I did it before we ever went online. And when we were meeting in my living room, I did it then. And then 5 years ago, when we first started coming online, I did it then. But today, that one I'm probably have to take that one down because it ain't gonna do no. It'll help somebody. But this one, I went in. It's gonna be on like hot butter popcorn. You know what I'm saying, Sister Chelsea? Yeah, look at her. Might have to pay you to do some people hair for us. Can you do some people hair for us? Not today on the Sabbath though, but another day because she good at that hair braiding stuff. Yeah. But anyway, the Hebrew alphabet. What's the first thing they teach you, Brother Josh, when you are when you start off elementary school? What's the first thing they teach you?
Alphabets.
Your alphabets. They teach you your ABCs and your what? Your 1, 2, 3s, don't they? But when it comes to the Bible, we don't want to start at the alphabet for the Hebrew alphabet, I should say. But we don't want, that's the foundation. It tells you what it is. You can't read and you can't write without the regular alphabet, can you? You can't read and write without that. And if you can't read and write, you can't understand. So if you don't know the Hebrew alphabet, or I just say alphabet for people so it can be relatable, how you think you're going to read and understand the Bible when you ain't got the foundations? Most people don't even know about no Hebrew alphabet, do they? But it's right smack in their Bible. But because you guess what? People, they don't want, I tell you, this is the #1 book that no nobody read. I do that. I don't want to read. I ain't trying to read all that. But what does it say? The book no one really reads. What does Isaiah 34:16 say, Brother Josh?
Seek ye out of the book of Yahuwah and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
This whole book that we got here, this is the Most High's word. Where did it come from? Brother Josh, what it say in the blue, where it came from?
For my mouth it hath commanded.
This is his mouth right here. A lot of people, they trying to shut his mouth, ain't they? No, we all shut the liars' mouths up. That's what we should do. But it says, seek ye out of the book of Yahuwah and read. That's what nobody don't want to do. A lot of people don't even know how to read. They know how to pronounce words, but they can't read. But the thing that made me decide also to do this, besides the Most High, people ain't get. Let me show you the kind of preachers they getting stuff from. I don't own this, but listen.
That's equated the ministry leaders here to human traffickers involved in human exploitation. According to the indictment, David Taylor calls himself an apostle and Jesus' best friend. Investigators say he used his influence to manipulate his followers. Joshua Media Ministries International Center in Taylor raided. Its founder and leader, David Taylor, indicted on federal charges. Supporters like this man, who goes by the name Ricky, stunned.
Why would you guys just do this to a ministry that's doing nothing but helping society.
The U.S. Attorney's Office says Taylor, along with his executive assistant, Michelle Brandon, seen here on the ministry's website, used physical and psychological abuse to force victims to raise about $50 million in donation.
50 million. So apparently they was people that was working. They housed them in a certain place where they was working at. And if they didn't raise enough money, you ain't eating. They didn't want to give them food to eat. What kind of? Few years ago, maybe about 15 years ago, they called him in to, the federal government called him in to, hey, we want to know what you're doing with all this money you got. We see you spending money on Versace and all that kind of stuff. He said, oh, that's for ministry. And they were like, you need all this for ministry? Well, I preach so hard, I sweat through my suits, so I got to have a whole bunch of toupee about to fly off and stuff. But this is what people are getting. They're not getting the true, unadulterated word of the Most High. They getting mess. They getting bunk and junk from these so-called preachers. Here's another guy. I call this one, what a maroon. That's what Bugs Bunny used to say. But let's listen to what he say.
I'm telling you, Saturday worship, as far as the law is concerned, is a demonic doctrine. Shut up and don't come to me with all that nonsense. You gotta worship on Saturday because of the law. I'm not under the law, Scipio.
He said, I'm not under the law, Scipio. So he calling the Most High demonic because he worshiped and kept the Sabbath in the beginning. He calling Yeshua demonic. He calling David demonic. He calling Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob demonic. He calling all 12 disciples demonic. He even calling Paul demonic. Because we can see several places where it was Paul's custom to go in the synagogue on the Sabbath day. But tell him, Bugs Bunny, what is he?
What a maroon. What an ignoramus. What
a tararagundia. You see, look at him. Look at the one when he got the top hat on when he put a rock in the glove and smacked Yosemite Sam. That's what I want to do, some of these preachers. Teach the word. Because guess what? Well, we forgot about the Most High's word. We destroyed for what, Brother Josh?
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Oh, what?
Lack of knowledge.
But see, people, they stop right there. It's more to that verse, ain't it, Brother Josh?
It is.
Brother, all up in the back cave. You Bruce Wayne?
Guess I'm in the darkness today.
But it said, finish the rest of the verse, my good brother.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy Elohim. I will also forget thy children.
He said they forgot the what?
The law.
He said you rejected knowledge, but then he tell you the knowledge is the law. You done rejected it. So because people get mad at Brother Ronnie, because every week he teaching keeping the commandments. That's what the Bible say to do. Did y'all know that? How you know that, Brother Ronnie? Let's go to Acts 15. Before we get into the Aleph bet, go to Acts 15, 19 through 21, Brother Josh.
Wherefore my sentence is that we trouble them not.
Another word he can say is wherefore my judgment is. Sentence, judgments, piggybacking off last week, laws, statutes, commandments, judgments. When you issue a judgment, you issue a what? A sentence. But go ahead and finish that up.
We trouble not them which from among the Gentiles are turned to Elohim.
Stop right there. So most people will say, see, Gentiles ain't got to do none of that. Keep reading, my good brother.
But that we write unto them that they abstain from pollutions of idols, and from fornication, and from things strangled, and from blood. All
right, stop right there. All four of those things are part of the law, ain't they? So you tell them you can't eat, you don't supposed to eat things strangled with the blood still, and you supposed to pour that blood out. You can go read that in them verses that I got right there. You ain't supposed to be eating blood. But I thought you can eat anything. Now it's clean now, ain't it? But He said, right now, the Gentiles that are turning to the Most High, this all they got to do. Why, Brother Josh? Why?
For because Moses of old time hath in every city them that preach him, being read in the synagogue every Sabbath day.
He said, for right now, all they got to do is these 4 things for Moses. You can't turn 4 into because, Brother Ronnie. What did it say over to the right, Brother Josh? That word is, that Greek word 4 is gar. What does it mean in that red rectangle?
However,
what about in the red underline?
Or introductory of a intimated detail of circumstance.
Telling you why something is. What does it say in the next rectangle?
Because.
Or in the next one?
Why?
He telling you that all they got to do is these 4 things because they can get it to rest in every Sabbath day. You can learn. That's what I'm supposed to. That's why people get mad at me. That's all he teach. He don't teach on blessings. Yes, I do. You keep the commands, you get the blessings.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what I'm supposed to do. You get mad at me for doing what I'm supposed to do. And you really ain't getting mad at me. You getting mad at him that sent me or assigned me, because I don't want nobody thinking that Brother Running trying to call himself the Messiah. No, I'm not. People will think that. See that? Look at that. They'll snip it and have you saying he sent me. They'll do it, won't they, Josh?
They will. I see you on TikTok.
Yeah, you'll see me on TikTok talking about they have been superimposed some white clothes on me with some long blonde hair. I've been sent. And first off, his hair don't look like that. But anyway, the Aleph Bet. What does it say, Brother Josh?
The Aleph Bet is the Hebrew alphabet named after its first 2 letters, Aleph and Bet. It consists of 22 consonant letters, read from right to left, and is the basis for writing Hebrew, Yiddish, and other Jewish languages. While historically vowels were not written, a system of vowels points, Nikud, was later added, though they are most omitted in modern newspapers and books.
Right. So, the Mizrahites, they added all the vowel points and everything, But anyway, this one guy named Mike Winger, he's been in a lot of my videos, but he did a reading. I listened to it. He did a reading of Psalms 119. It took him 13 minutes and 48 seconds to do so. So my thing was, how do you come out with the conclusion that you ain't got to keep no laws, statutes, and commandments when you get to the end? He sounded good, and everybody in the comment section, oh my gosh, you made the scriptures come to life. He didn't tell you what they meant. He didn't explain them or teach them. And if you sat there and read the whole thing, how did you come out of there thinking you ain't got to do no law? Sorry, Mike Winger. He seems like a really good guy from, the videos I've watched on it. Seems like a really good. I would like to meet him one day to tell him this, hey, man, you need to stop teaching all that bunk and junk you teaching, brother. Stop keeping Christmas and all that other mess, man. Cut that out. You don't find that in the Bible. You do? Where? Show it to me. Point me to it. But I told you people don't know how to read. See, then we say the first thing they teach you is your alphabet. Ms. Winbush in kindergarten in 1985. It was my kindergarten teacher, Ms. Winbush. She taught us our ABCs and our 1, 2, 3s. And the next year, Miss Hammonds, in 1986, my first grade teacher, she reinforced it. She used to say, bow, cat and dog. You have to learn that because those was the steps to get you to start what? Reading. But see, folks don't know that alphabet, so they don't know how to read the Bible. But what's the definition of read, brother Josh?
Look at and comprehend.
Whoa, to do what?
Look at and comprehend.
And what?
Comprehend.
What does comprehend mean, brother Josh?
Understand.
To understand. If you just reading words, but you don't understand, you can't read. I can read, you do. What that's okay, read that. Okay, tell me what it say. What it's about. Well, I don't know. Let me look at it again. You can't read. You can pronounce, but you can't read. What else it say?
He, meaning of written or printed matter, by mentally interpreting the characters of symbols of which is composed.
All right, and we're gonna only read the red rectangles. What else do read mean?
Study.
What else?
Scrutinize.
What else?
Devour.
Devour. You gotta devour the word. Don't nobody want to devour the word, but they want to devour pigs, though, don't they? They want to devour things that they shouldn't be watching, don't they? What else?
Be absorbed in.
Be absorbed in. What else?
Bury oneself in.
That's why you shouldn't be so ready to get up out of here on Shabbat. You ain't buried yourself. You ain't absorbed yourself. That when you can't sit down for more than 30 minutes, that lets your shepherd know you don't read the Bible. What else?
Make sense of.
And
Understand.
and
Comprehend.
so if you can't comprehend, you can't read. I'm going to tell you, all these Sunday preachers, they can't read. Can they, Auntie?
It's tight, but it's right.
She's Auntie. What you say?
It's tight, but it's right.
She said it's tight, but it's right. Young T the realist, thank you for coming on in. All you folk around here can't read, but we gonna go to I asked chat some questions about Psalm 119. What did it say?
Psalm 119 is the longest chapter in the entire Bible. 176 verses. And its central theme is the greatness and beauty of Elohim's word, Torah.
I didn't say that. Chat said that. Skip down to the main theme, Brother Joshua.
The psalm focuses on the Torah, Elohim's law, teachings, instruction.
He said this particular psalm focuses on the Torah, the Most High's law, the Most High's teaching, and the Most High's instruction. But this dude didn't come out with that understanding. But a doggone artificial intelligence, he know more than a real human being that has the divine spark breathing to them. Look up there in structure. I'll read that. It said this design makes the Psalms both a meditation and a memory aid. What's the key emphasis in that rectangle, brother Josh?
The psalmist delights in Elohim's law.
He delight in what?
Elohim's law.
What else he call it in the red rectangle?
A lamp.
A lamp. That should ring a bell. Not what? Law is a what? Lamp. So read down where it says in short down there. Read that one.
Psalm 119 is a masterpiece of devotion.
Whoa. It's a what?
Masterpiece of devotion.
It's a masterpiece. It's a mamma mia. That's what it is. Ooh la la. Ain't that what them shells be saying? Oh, that's a spice of meatball. Ain't that a spice of meatball, Sister Chelsea? It's a masterpiece. Go ahead.
Celebrating the word of Elohim as the foundation.
That means Torah, because we already know he said that in Numbers 1, 2, and 3, right? See, they love it. We call it the word. Okay, but it's Torah too, brother. Go ahead.
Holiness and relationship with him. It is both a prayer journal and a spiritual guide, written in poetic form to impress the importance of scripture on the heart.
But yeah, thank you. That guy said, I ain't under the law. He said keeping the Sabbath is the money. I ain't none of that law. But he said he under this though. You know, this is one of y'all. You have seen one of these. This is, I don't know if y'all have seen this, but this is a Bible. It only has the New Testament and the Psalms and the Proverbs. They say because you need that wisdom. Well, Psalms, most of the Psalms is saying that the wisdom is the law. So you might let's just let you keep the Psalms. You might well tell 119 up out of there. But you're gonna see words like this, truth. We ain't gonna read all this, but I'll read this one. It says stability. Truth is stability. Certainty, figuratively, certainty, truth, trustworthiness, establishment. When something is established, that's what it is. So I asked Chat, does the truth ever change? I ain't even say, see, I'm gonna tell you how Chat learn you too. I ain't even tell them about what's truth according to the Bible. This is a brand new chat, and I said, does truth ever change? And what he say in that red rectangle?
Scripture repeatedly affirms that Elohim's truth is unchanging.
It's unchanging. It don't change. Go to number 3.
Lies, opinions, or human tradition do change because they are not grounded in Elohim's eternal word.
What Yeshua say?
Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away.
Practical meaning, read that one. For believers, this means that we can trust Yah's promises. Why?
Because they don't change.
Because they don't change. You eat pigs, you die. He said that. What did it say? Our circumstances, culture, and knowledge shift, but
Elohim's word remains the same standard.
It's the same standard. So Chat said in short, what?
No, truth never changes.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, Chat. But you're going to see commandments. And when we read the Psalm 119, this is all you're going to see commandments. And that Hebrew word is mitzvah, but it's going to say collectively the law, ordinance, precept. When you see the word, commandment, decree, judgment, oracle. What the one on the right say in the yellow, brother Josh?
Commandment.
Commandment. When you see judgments, what you gonna see? We only gonna read the yellow. What you gonna see?
Divine law.
What else?
Manner of law.
Statutes. What you gonna see?
Commandment. Custom. Law. Ordinance. Statute.
Precept. You're gonna see the same thing. What you gonna see? An injunction, a commandment, a precept. Testimonies. What you gonna see, Josh?
Testimony, witness, compare.
Witness. We told you that you can't be a false witness. The witness can't keep changing. So who wrote Psalm 119? That's the thing. So traditionally, many think that it was who, brother Josh?
King David.
King David. Read the bullet points.
Many Jewish and Christian traditions attribute Psalm 119 to David. David is known as the sweet psalmist of Israel.
The sweet psalmist of Israel. Matter of fact, he the one that picked the Levites, and he picked the singers. So when Yeshua come back, he doing the same thing. He picking the Levites too. And we're gonna be singing the song of Moses and the Lamb, ain't we? And Yeshua gonna sit on the throne of his father David. So he the sweet psalmist of Israel too, ain't he?
Yes.
What is the psalmist a devotion to? The whoever wrote Psalm 119, what is it devotion to?
Elohim's law.
The Most High's law. Same thing Chat was saying, ain't he? This ain't Chat, this just me. So let's look at the sweet psalmist of Israel. 2 Psalms 23:1. Most Christians, you ask them, who is the sweet psalmist of Israel? You know why they ain't gonna know? Because they done chopped that part out. You see this right here? That part been chopped out. Just test somebody. Just ask them, who is the sweet psalmist of Israel? See what they say. Go, let's read about them. Let's see.
Now these be the last words of David. David, the son of Jesse, said, and the man who was raised up on high, the anointed of Elohim of Jacob, and the sweet psalmist of Yasharel, said, the spirit of Yahuwah spake by me, and his word was in my tongue.
But what did he call him?
The sweet psalmist of Yasharel.
So y'all won't think Brother Ronnie was just making that up. The sweet psalmist of Israel. Some say it was Ezra the scribe. You know, the same. See, I'm glad the Ezra scribe, when they found the book of the law, him and Nehemiah, they were the ones keeping folks reading almost half the day. And they happy about it. People today, oh, he's taking too long. They ain't had air conditioning, did they? And then he said, they said, this is the day. No, hold on, no. They said, what did they say? The joy of the Lord is your what? Is your strength. And that was feast times. They were getting ready to keep some feast days. So around this time of year, because we about to get into the first feast coming up. This month, tomorrow is when is the first? Monday. So we'll be into what they call September in Spanish. Brother Ruddy, how you know that? Because I have to do the marquee sign in my job. Pray for a brother too that I get to keep my job. Because I enroll me down. And the principal tell me, hey, we might lose somebody. He said, I think we should be okay. But pray for a brother to keep his job. I said, people get spooked out. No, Most High just have to make a way, won't he? That might be me. It's just time to go, ain't it? Trying to tell you. But Ezra the scribe, they think it was him. Start in red where it say it was after the Babylonian exile, but start in red.
Ezra restored Torah study and emphasized Elohim's law.
All right, but we ain't gonna. But the scriptures say that Ezra was a ready scribe, but he was ready to write down the law of Moses. He had what did he have in verse 10? He had prepared his heart to do what, brother Josh?
To seek the law of Yahuwah.
To seek the law. So this evidence right here that some think that Ezra did it, but So what's the structure? It's an alphabetic acrostic. You ask more people, what's acrostic? Oh no, do you know it? I'm tired of talking to you, and you don't ever do nothing. Don't know nothing. If you are a Sunday believer and you listening to me, I want you to go ask your pastor, hey, pastor, what's an acrostic? And he said he don't know. But it says an alphabetic acrostic, which is 22 stanzas for each Hebrew letter. Each stanza has how many verses, Brother Josh?
8 verses.
Beginning with what?
The same letter.
Nearly every verse mentions what?
Yah's statutes and commandments.
So what's an acrostic? Brother Running, do the research for you. And it says a what?
Poem.
A poem. Now, they don't know what poem means. Why are you giving them your money? Huh? What is it? What else is it?
Word puzzle.
A word puzzle. So it's 22 Hebrew alphabets. Each one has 8 verses in it, and each verse starts with whatever that so if we doing Aleph, every verse starts with Aleph, with a word that has Aleph. Yeah. Just go check for yourself. You ain't got to check for yourself because Brother Ronnie checked for you. I checked for you. I can't just tell you. I got to show you. So look at that, Aleph. Look at that one. Do you see the word Aleph? Do you see all of those Alephs that's underlined in red? Do you see those? Can you see them? Can you see them, Brother Josh?
Yes.
That's an Aleph. Wait a minute. That ain't the beginning of the word. Hebrew goes from what? Right to left. English goes from what? Left to right. But because somebody go in there trying to read the word and they'll go look and see it don't start with no Aleph. That's how you know your pastor is a maroon. He's an ignoramus, like Bug Money said. But an alphabetic acrostic, 22 stanzas, 1 for each Hebrew letter. Each stanza has 8 verses beginning with the same letter. But we already know. We're not going to read all this. We know whoever going to be the king on Israel got to do what? Keep the laws just as they're written in the law of what? Moses. If you do that, you got the key of David. You know the key of David? We ain't going to even go into all that. The key of David. Yeshua gonna have, if somebody is your father and you're gonna sit on their throne, if you're gonna be in their kingdom, don't you need the key? I'm trying to tell you, that's the key of David, doing what he say. We'll go ahead and read. This is Isaiah 22 through 23. What does it say, brother Josh?
And the key of the house of David will I lay upon his shoulder. So he shall open, and none shall shut. And he shall shut, and none shall open. And I will fasten him as a nail in a sure place, and he shall be for a glorious throne to his father's house.
Keep that in mind. Nail. What did I tell you to keep in mind? Nail. A nail. But let's go back. It says, this Yeshua talking, and to the angel of the church of Philadelphia, right? Go ahead and finish that.
These things saith he that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the key of David.
Yeshua, hold on, Yeshua or Jesus said, what John saying, the angel to the, John is saying that Yeshua got the key of David. It's one way to get it. This is how you get the key of David. Go. We're not going to read all this. I want you to go to verse 14. We're talking about David. Go ahead.
But now thy kingdom shall not continue.
Talking about Saul. Hold on. He's talking to Saul. Your kingdom ain't going to continue because you can't obey me. But keep reading.
The Most High hath sought him a man after his own heart. And the Most High have commanded him to be captain over his people, because thou hast not kept that which Yahuwah commanded thee.
Keep going.
And when he had removed him, he raised up unto them David to be their king, to whom also he gave testimony and said, I have found David, the son of Jesse, a man after my own heart, which shall fulfill all my will.
All his will. That was Acts 13:22. But verse 23, who is this Savior that gonna come out that man's seed, David's seed?
Yahusha. Let's get in these ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. The Hebrew, what the first thing they teach you in elementary school, Auntie?
ABCs and 1, 2, 3.
When you went to, what was the name of your elementary school?
Rosa Ford.
Rosa Ford. Did they teach you your ABCs first?
Yes.
My mama, they taught me before I went. Well, they thought they taught me. My Aunt Emma used to keep me in the day, and my mama said, he going to kindergarten this fall. Y'all make sure he know these letters. Don't let him play nothing till he know these letters. And so they'll be, all right, Ronnie. That's what they call me. All right, Ronnie. Give us your letters. And it was on a white piece of paper, and I was A, B, C. She didn't know I could look. I could see through the paper. A, B, C. They say, he got it. Oh, he got it. He got it. And they put the paper down. Do it again. They said that boy was looking through the paper. Looking through the paper. But they tried to teach me I ain't learned to read till I was like second grade. We had reading groups when I was in school. You had the good readers, the kind of good readers, and the four y'all dummies, y'all go over to that side. Brother Ronnie was in that group. That's wrong how they did that. You know, you feel so bad. Y'all in that group. Go over there. We'll be with you in a second. So they over there talking, good job to the other people. Oh, great. Come over there with you. What did they say? Come on. Let's sound it out.
Okay.
Look at me now. It just took me, everybody don't blossom at the same time. They don't blossom at the same time. All of my papers in Miss Winbush class had poor on them. She used to give us a happy face or a sad face. It would say good or poor. Brother Ronnie was poor all that year. And I remember I hid my papers behind the dresser, and Christmas came. You know, we had all them toys, and somehow my mom, she was putting some stuff away in my room, and she said, what's this behind there? They moved the dresser probably about 30 papers back there with just poor, sad face, all of that. My mama took all them toys. You ain't getting no toys. I didn't have a good Christmas that year. Shouldn't have been having no Christmas at all anyway. But that's what they teach you, the ABCs. That we're going to show you. Because you should. This way it start. He telling you, I'm the ABCs. What he say he was, Brother Josh?
I'm the Aleph and the Tav.
The who?
The Aleph and the Tav.
And the what? What else?
Alpha and Omega.
So we got two Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, and then the first and the last. He telling you. We know we got the Aleph Bet. Look at that in the middle. That is Psalms 119. And in those red circles, Brother Josh, what do you see?
Aleph.
What else you see?
Beth.
What else?
Gimel.
What else?
Dalet.
And do they have the little Hebrew letters by it too?
Yes.
They do. That's in everybody's Bible. That's in everybody's Bible. I was talking to one individual before. I said, you know the Hebrew ABCs? What? Is it the Hebrew alphabet? It's in the Bible. No, it ain't. It ain't. I pull the Bible out. Let me show you. Pull it out and said, let me show you. I said, let me show you right now. Matter of fact, my Bible was in the car. I said, do you mind if I go out and get my Bible and show it to you? And they said, yeah, I want to see this. I want to see this. I said, you do? And I showed it to him. I was like, look, see here. I said, see, look, right here. And they said, it is in there. Do you think that's in mine too? I said, it's in yours too. I said, do you have yours here with you? Yeah, it's in the back. Go get it. Open it up. They went there. It sure is. I said, you told me you read the whole Bible. You told me you read the whole Bible. You ain't never seen that? No, I ain't never seen it. You told me. But that word, when we say alpha, when it says I am the Alpha and Omega, it's a Greek word. What does it say, brother Josh?
Of Hebrew origin.
It's of who?
Hebrew origin.
It's the first letter of what?
The alphabet.
But it said it is of Hebrew origin. So that Hebrew origin that it comes from is this Hebrew word aleph. It means an ox, or really a strong ox, priest, beginning. Yeshua said, I'm the priest, I'm the beginning. So let's get it. Let's go ahead and read. Give verse 1, Brother Josh.
Aleph. Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of the Most High.
Who do what?
Walk in the law of the Most High.
That's the first alphabet. That's the foundation. You will be blessed if you walk undefiled in the way. And what is that way, Brother Josh?
The law of the Most High.
The law of the Most High. Did I make that up? It's in your little Bible that, your little half Bible that you got here. Ain't it? So if you carried it around, you got to what? You got to do it, right? Read verse 2.
Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with the whole heart.
What else?
They also do no iniquity.
They do know what?
Iniquity.
What preachers tell us that we can't do? Can't nobody not what?
Sin.
That ain't what the Hebrew alphabet say. It said you will be blessed if you undefiled in the way, if you keep his testimonies, and if you don't do no sin. That's what it say. So to flip it, it will be cursed are the defiled in the way who walk not in the law of Yahuwah. Blessed or cursed are they that don't keep his testimonies and don't seek him with their whole heart. Right? You know how I know that? Because I can read. I can read, look, and understand. See, the problem is most people can't read. Did you know that definition of read, Auntie? She said pretty much. You know how I know you didn't? Because me and you had that conversation before, and I had to look it up for you. But from that point on, this was years back. A lot of people know me. They just think you can look at it and pronounce. No, you got to better read it and understand it. They can't read. What else did it say, Brother Josh?
They walk in his ways.
They do what?
They walk in his ways.
What else?
Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently.
And
Oh, that my ways were directed to keep thy statutes.
Mhm.
Then shall I not be ashamed when I have respect unto all thy commandments.
When I have respect unto some of your commandments. What did that say, Josh?
All thy commandments.
A few of them.
All.
I ain't gonna read all of this. We're just letting you know. Aleph mean the number one. Yeshua said, I'm Aleph. I'm Alpha. Because what? I did all that stuff. So, but I want to hone in on verse 3. They that do know what?
Iniquity.
They walk in his ways. So we got to go to the scripts. The other scripts, I should say. 1 John 3:4. What did it say?
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. And
Keep
ye know
reading.
that he, Yahusha, was manifested to take away our sins, and in him is no sin.
Mm-hmm.
Whosoever abideth in him sinneth not.
Whoa. Do that match Psalm 119:3? They also do no iniquity.
Yes.
That match. Whosoever sinneth hath what?
Not seen him, neither known him.
You don't know him. You still sinning. You don't know him. You know the devil. That's who you know. Keep reading, little children.
Let no man deceive you. He that doeth righteousness.
That's the law, or what Yeshua did, or I put Jesus on purpose. Is righteous, what? Even or just as
He is righteous.
who is he?
Yahusha, Jesus.
Or what they call him, Jesus. He that committed sin is of who?
The devil.
So that's how come you can't be blessed if you doing iniquity. You of the devil. He ain't gonna bless the devil. He was manifested that he might what, brother Josh?
Destroy the works of the devil.
Destroy the works. Whosoever is born of Yah, well, that means born again, what he do?
Doth not commit sin. For his
Yep.
seed remaineth in him. And he cannot sin because he is born of Elohim.
That's you can't. Don't that match Psalms 119:3, Auntie?
It does.
Do that match? It do match. Got your muscles out today? Put the muscles back in. Talking about some indeed. He got them sleeves rolled up. All right. You ain't grow up with air conditioning. Stop acting like you didn't grow up without air. You been in that Mississippi heat. we gonna be in it tomorrow, ain't we? But anyway, but what did it say? John 5:14. What did he tell the man who he healed in yellow? What did he tell him?
Sin no more.
What did he tell the woman caught in adultery?
Go and sin no more.
Why he telling them something they can't do? Because they can do it, can't they? Yes. Let's go to Beth. Number 2. Beth. And I should say every Hebrew letter has a numerical value. So Beth is 2. 2. And I'm gonna tell you, ain't but 2 houses. The house of the king, the house of the Most High, and the house of who? You better make sure you choose the house of the Most High. But that word, Beth, what does it mean, Brother Josh? In Hebrew, Beth can what?
Fundamentally means house, home, or tent, and can also refer to a place or even a temple.
Or even a temple. Bethlehem. That means Beth meaning house, Lechem meaning what? Bread. House of bread. Beth-El. Beth meaning house, El meaning the Most High. House of Yah. But let's look at Beth. We ain't gonna read this, but let's just because it's an acrostic, and all 8 verses they start with Beth, don't they? Brother Ronnie went in and did it for you. You see it? Can you see it?
I see.
All right, let's get to Beth. Beth, let's go.
Beth, wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way, by taking heed thereunto according to thy word. With my whole heart have I sought thee. Oh, let me not wander from thy commandments.
That's called sin. Don't let me wander from your what? From your commandments. That's sin. But he said, wherewithal can a young man cleanse his way? See, they tell you can't cleanse your way by just obeying. Yes, you can. Because the way said don't do witchcraft. If you in witchcraft, if you take heed to don't do witchcraft, guess what? You just cleanse your way in that area. Right? But see, the thing is, we got to believe that these words that we are obeying are from our Messiah, Yeshua. I told y'all he gave the 10 Commandments. He the one that gave them. He was on Mount Sinai. That's the thing. The Jews didn't believe that he was the one that gave them. So it didn't do them no good to do it if they didn't believe that he was the one that gave it. But we're going to skip down to verse 16. What did it say?
I will delight myself in thy statutes. I will not forget thy word.
I will not forget thy word. But what did the Most High say? My people perish for lack or are destroyed for a lack of knowledge because they done forgot the what? We
Word
keep on forgetting. But I want to hone in on with my whole heart have I sought thee. Oh, let me not wander from thy commandments. That means to sin or be lawless. In the Bible, in the Greek, if you see the word lawless, you will see the word animals. What does it say?
Lawless. Without law. Not subject to law. Lawless. Violating law. Wicked. A transgressor.
Right, stop right there. But didn't we just hear a man say that he ain't subject to the law? He just said that's demonic. That's what he said. So what you would do, you pull it up in the Bible where it said that as Yeshua manner was, you know, he kept the Sabbath every Sabbath day. He went into the synagogue and he would go in there to read. He used to say, hey, Mr. Man with the $25 suit. That's what his suit looked like. It cost $25. Is that demonic right there? Well, no, that's Yeshua, you know, and I'm a follower. Well, if you're a follower of his, you're supposed to be doing what he do, right? It's not demonic. But what does it say down all the way at the bottom in the rectangle?
Departing from the law. A violator of the law, lawless.
Departing from the law. So we want to look up the word wander because departing from the law means to wander from the law. What does wander mean down at the bottom? In the rectangles.
Stray.
What
Depart.
else? Depart.
Drift.
Whoever wrote Psalms just said, oh, let me not wander or depart from your commandments. But read the rest of them. You said drift. What else?
Get separated.
That's why I said, who can separate us from the love of Yeshua HaMashiach? In the Bible, love is defined as keeping his commandments. He said, if you abide in my word, you know, I'll abide in you. And he said, that's how I abide in my Father's love, and you should abide in my love. That's their love. Go ahead. What else?
Get lost.
What else? Get lost. That's what you need to tell the devil to do. Get lost. What else?
Lose one's way.
What else?
Go off course.
What else?
Go astray.
Look at that one at the bottom. What did it say?
Snake.
Snake. Stop listening to that snake. But let's go to Gimel. Gimel is represented by the camel, and the camel means what? What's the number that it represents?
3.
And it means the meaning of Gimel is to lift up. How many of y'all ever seen a real camel? Are they up high? So he bow down and you get on his hump, guess what? You are lifted up, right? But Gimel, do all 8 verses start with Gimel?
Looks like it.
Looks like it. Man, what happened? Where these people go? Everybody dropped off? Let me know if y'all still there in the chat. I think my internet is messing up. Type 1 if y'all still there. I want to know if my internet messing up. Yeah, it said 10 watching. It just a minute ago it said 28. I guess they said they didn't heard this before. Or maybe I think YouTube wrong, but they got 22 likes. Yeah, it's more than 10 people saying yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, there's 9. Let me wait for the other 18 people. No, it's more. He said say 12 on his, and I just jumped up to 13. It might just be YouTube cutting up. Gimel. That ain't gonna stop. Ain't nothing gonna stop this show. He said, plus Josh looking more colorful. He must have opened some blinds up back there. But anyway, Gimel. The word Gimel that's the third one. But what does it say? We're just gonna hit the high points. What does it say? Deal what?
Bountifully
With
thy servant, that I may live and keep thy word.
and keep thy word. And it said, open thou mine eyes that I may what?
Behold, wondrous things out of thy law.
And I am a stranger in the earth. Why? I mean,
Hide not,
what he say do?
hide not thy commandments from me.
Hide not your commandments from me. He said, I hope, behold, do Christians behold wonderful things in the law? No. They saying, hide them commandments from me, because we ain't under that. But at the bottom, what does it say? Thy testimonies are my what?
Also my delight. And
I delight. But what I want to focus on, he says, I am a stranger. Whoever wrote the song, he said, I'm a stranger in the earth. Hide not thy commandments from me. What did Abraham them? What did they do? Only read the red. What did they confess?
confess that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth.
They said they were strangers. They say they was pilgrims. See, it done popped all the way back up to 20-something now. That's YouTube cutting up. But it says, hide not thy commandments from me. And then it said, Abraham and all of them said, they confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. They ain't doing them and agreeing with Psalm 119. 1 Peter 2:11 says what?
Dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul.
That means abstain from sinning, y'all. In Genesis 18:17, this is the Most High say, what he say he ain't gonna do? What he say?
Shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do?
Okay, stop right there. He ain't hiding nothing. This all go with this the ABCs. They grounded in it. We got to be grounded in it, right? You get that, Auntie? Yeah. But signs follow us. You said, Brother Running, what that man right there? That's solid. Well, no, that's a big boss from Metal Gear. I tell you, the Most High always let me know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Not only that, we just saw that that wonder can mean down at the bottom snake. Can't it? But his name is Snake. Not only that, this video game just came out this week. It's called Metal Gear Solid Delta. So the next, you said Delta, that's Greek, Brother Running, but it comes from the Phoenician, or a Phoenician origin. Phoenician and Hebrew, they speak around the same language because Phoenicians are Shemitic people too. But it said Delta represent as a triangle, is a Greek letter that commonly signifies change. We need to change, don't we? And what? Difference. But that's in mathematics. But the delta symbol originated from the Greek alphabet and is derived from the Phoenician letter Dalet, which is the next word we're going to, Dalet. Most High, I'll let you know. Brother Running, you bought that game? I sure did. That's the only kind of games I play. Sports games and games like that. Nothing else. Sterling came over and saw my little game. He was like, man, you just like Brother Tristan. He just like all these sports games. I said, yep, that's right. Or some kind of fighting or military game. All that other, or old Nintendo games like Mario Brothers and stuff like that. If it ain't none of that, I don't want to play. The games my children be playing, I'd be looking at them like this. That's fun. I gotta learn y'all something. But Dalet, it means door, and its numeric number means 4. We're gonna show you what I'm talking about, 4 doors, but it means door, pathway, or a gate. Yeshua said he the what? He the door. But the brother, what does it say? Does it say that? Does this has a Dalet for every one of them?
Yes.
But I want you to focus on, look at it. When you read this, it's going to be what you're going to see: the way, my ways, the way of truth, the way of your commandments in Dalet. So Dalet is telling you, keep the commands. Dalet, 4 doors. That's how it was in the tabernacle. You had 4 doors, four doors. So one of the doors in the east, that was the Merari. You had to be Aaron, Kohath, Merari, or what's the other one? Kohath or the Gershon. So if your preacher ain't from one of them 4 clans, he can't take your tithes. But if you see the Merarites, they was on the east. That was Dan, Asher, and Naphtali. On the south was with the Levites. They were with Issachar, Judah, and Zebulun. But in the west, it was with Kohath. It was Reuben, Simeon, and Gad. And through the Gershonites, Ephraim, Manasseh, and Benjamin. Those were the first 4 gates. When you read Revelation, those are the 12 angels in heaven, 12 tribes of the children of Israel, and then the 12 foundations will be the apostles. They all teaching the same thing. 4 doors which go through the 12 tribes, right? But Dalet, read.
My soul cleaveth unto the dust. Quicken thou me according to thy word. I have declared my ways, and thou heardest me. Teach me thy statutes. Make me to understand.
Keep going.
Make me to understand the way of thy precepts. So shall I talk of thy wondrous works. My soul melteth for heaviness. Strengthen thou me according to thy word. Remove from me the way of lying, and grant me thy law graciously.
Grant me thy law what? Graciously. He said, I have chosen the what?
The way of truth.
Because the Most High said choose. Either what? Life and good or death and evil. That was in Deuteronomy chapter 6. Right? But he gonna say, hey, what down at the bottom? He said, I will run the way of thy what?
Commandments.
Do they run the way of his commandments today? This is the foundation, y'all. The door. Yeshua said he the what? He the what?
The door.
He said, I'm the Dalet, man. By me, if any man enter, he shall be what?
Saved.
But he's saying he the door, but the door, every Hebrew Israelite knows that that Dalet means the door. And the door means keep the way of truth. Don't keep the way of lying. Keep the law. Run the way of the commandments. See, but the Christians, English Christians today, they don't understand that. Because why? They can't read. Everybody in Yeshua's time knew when he said he the door, they know he talking about the 4th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. But today, we don't. I do. That's why it's an acrostic. It's a puzzle that the Most High wants you to. That's why you got to seek the mysteries. I'm trying to tell you this. Auntie said good info. But he the what? He the door. He said, but the thief, what he do?
The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have life, that they might have it more abundantly.
More abundantly. Don't I say, Holy Spirit flow through me and Brother Josh that we can administer the abundant kind of life to the people. Abundant life. Verse 11, what Yeshua say he was? I'm the what?
The good shepherd.
The who?
The good shepherd.
What he do?
The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep.
Give his life for the sheep. If anybody come through that back door, I'm a shepherd. My responsibility is all of these people in here, and all I'm gonna say is duck. Bop, bop. That's all I'm gonna do. My job to protect the sheep. People that call me for help, I gotta help them, don't I? The shepherd gotta look out for the sheep. Because guess what the sheep do? He sleep in the doorway. He don't get no good sleep. He sleep in the doorway because he got to look out for them sheep. Don't he? But let's go to the window. It's hey, or I used to say he, because in my Bible it said he, but it's hey, or he. You know, Michael Jackson. That's what it's all about. But you can see that one I got in the that's the old Paleo Hebrew, but it means breath or a sigh, breath, breathe. Or it means behold. You know, it's where you, oh my, you know, you hands lifted up, pray, get all your breath praising him. But but again, Josh, is all of it, does all of the ones of hey, do they all start with hey?
Yes.
You know, like you, they, wow, hey. What'd he say? Hey, what'd he say, brother Josh?
Teach me, O Yahuwah, the way of thy statutes, and I shall keep it unto the end.
Keep it to, man, stop. Yeshua didn't never say, hey, yeah, one day y'all ain't gonna have to keep this law. Did he? But it means, that also means window. It's represented by a what? A window. But go ahead, give me what?
Understanding. And I shall keep thy law.
I shall what else?
I shall observe it with my whole heart.
Make me go in what?
The path of thy commandments.
Because therefore therein do I what?
Delight.
Incline my heart unto thy what?
Testimonies.
Okay, I'm trying to, we ain't got to do all this, y'all. Skip down to verse 40. Quicken me in what?
In thy righteousness.
Okay, but it says, hey, equals breath. But it also is, the pictogram is like a window. But by the Most High's word, or by his breath, was what made?
The heavens made.
And all the host of them by what?
The breath of his mouth.
That's his word. That's Yeshua. But window. That's a window. They had a window on the ark. Did you think that all the stuff that they were seeing, do you think not they was praising them with their hands up in the air, praising the Most High that we in the ark? That's why he made them make the window so they can see what was going on. You think their hands went up there like the ancient Hebrew, hey, right there? You think their hands weren't raised, praising the Most High that we made it out? Would you have been?
Yes.
But the only way to get into that ark was they had to keep righteousness, because the righteousness is always in the ark. The Most High's Ark of the Covenant had righteousness. The ark that Noah them built had the righteous of the earth, the ones that weren't sinning. Right? Moses floating in that ark on that river. Had he committed any sin? No. Matter of fact, he was going to be the custodian of the law. It's levels to this thing. Let's go to wall. Wall. Remember I said, remember nail? But it's represented by a nail or a what?
Hook.
Or a hook. It says, and it is used in the Hebrew as a conjunction to mean and or to connect words. It's a connecting thing. A nail connects you. A hook connects you. But again, are all of them? Do all of them start with a wall?
Yes.
Yes. But focus on shall I will. Those are your vows. You gonna do this? I will. At Sterling wedding, they had to say all that. They had to say all that stuff. I will honor and obey. You know, most of them obey. People, I'm gonna do a class on that. When you disobey your husband, you disobey the Most High, because he is the Most High's representative for the house. You ain't saying no to him. You saying no to the Most High. Children too. If they say no to mama, they're not saying just no to mama. They saying no to daddy. They saying no to Yeshua, and they saying no to the Most High. You know, yeah, do is read 1 Corinthians chapter 11, where it say the head of every man is who? They say Christ, Hamashiach. And it said the head of Hamashiach is who? Yeah. Let you know they ain't the same person. I'm the head over me. What? But anyway, wow. Let's skip to verse 43.
And take not the word of truth utterly out of my mouth, for I have hoped in thy judgments.
So shall I what?
Keep thy law continually.
How long?
Forever and ever.
And ever. And I will what?
Walk at liberty.
See, we get liberty. This is the liberty. It liberates you from what? Sin and death. If Yeshua had snuck off to the temple of Artemis, I promise you, when that angels rolled the stone away, it would have been a stinking corpse up in there. But because he didn't sneak off to the temple of Artemis and he did keep the Sabbath day, he rolled that stone away. Guess what? He wasn't what? He wasn't there. He was gone. Verse 47, what does he do? I will do what?
I will delight myself in thy commandments, which I have done.
It's 119 on my clock right here. Oh, we talking about 119. Yeah. Yeah. But he said, I will delight myself in thy commandments. And this class reminded me a lot of the Ohio crew. Because I did a class called The Delight of Yahuwah. The Light of the Lord. And that's the first correspondence I had from the Ohio crew, Sister Erica. I still got the screenshot in my phone. And she started corresponding with me. And she said, me and my friend, my sister, Yanis, we've been wondering, are we supposed to keep these laws? Now I know. Off that video. And maybe a few weeks later, she said, Brother Ronnie. I said, yes. She said, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a favor. Will you do something for me? I said, depending on what that is. I said, but I do my best. She said, me and sister, your niece, we want to know, will you be our pastor? I said, sure I will, Puddin'. That's what I said there too. I said, I sure can, Puddin'. Every time I read in the Bible, my delight, I think of them. Every time. I think of the Most High too, but I think of them. At the time, the ministry was struggling. And then they came in and then boom. Folks just started coming in and watching. I said, oh my goodness. They don't know. I'm coming to Ohio one day. I'm coming. Stuff try to stop me from coming. Snow stopped me from coming to do the services for Sister Erica. I felt I let Elder Henry and them down. But the delight. She said, oh. Every time I see it, I see the word delight. It's just ingrained, ain't it? But wow. That's the same one, but we said it's a nail or it's a hook. It's really the law is what hooks us to the Most High. If you take it away, you're not hooked to Him. That's what hooks, because in heaven dwells righteousness. The law come down to be the nail that keeps that connection. People don't know that. How I know? All we gotta do is ask the master himself. What he say in Matthew 22:36 and through 40, Josh?
Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
They asked him, what's the most important commandment in the law? What'd he say?
He said unto them, thou shalt love Yahuwah thy Elohim with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind.
Oh, whoa. Did he just make that up?
No.
He quoting Deuteronomy. But keep going though.
This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
On these two, that's the nail. The law is the nail. Because he already done told you keep the law continually, I'll walk in liberty. The word of truth, take not the word of truth utterly out of my mouth. That's the nail. That's the definition of the law and the prophets. Love the Most High, your Elohim. He was quoting Deuteronomy chapter 6. And love your neighbor as yourself. That's in Leviticus. Yeah, boy. But look at that. On these two hang all the Torah and the prophets. See, they said the law done away with. No. Hang. Let's look at that word, hang. When he said on these two hang all the law and the prophets, that word is kremanome. Krenanome. I see what I got to do. I got to sing a song for him. The angels rolled the stone away. Or the angels rolled the stone. Look at he rose from the dead, didn't he? Stayed up too late, huh? You had him cutting the grass? But anyway, but to hang, that word is krenanome. It means to hang up, suspend. How did they have Yeshua on a nail? Down at the bottom it said used of the what?
Law and prophets.
It means that the law and the prophets is summed up. I love the Most High and love your brothers. That's what the whole law and the prophets is. See, they'll tell you the law was evil. It's demonic. Didn't that guy say that? No. The whole law and the prophets, that's what it is. How we know? Matthew 7:12 to your right. Therefore, all things, whatsoever ye would that men do to you, do even unto them. So to them, for what, Josh?
This is the law and the prophets.
That's the definition of law and the prophets. The nail. The law, if you keep the law, you keep the law, it connects heaven and earth. The law shall go forth from what? Zion. Right now, the law ain't going forth from Zion. The evil law is going forth from Babylon. Let's go to the next one. Zion, or Zayn, that's the 7. It means a what? Weapon, a sword, crown. It means to arm. To arm. Christians today say we ain't supposed to arm ourselves, don't they? Yeshua gonna come back on a white horse, not armed. He coming armed, ain't he? Slicing and dicing. All right, but it means to remember. Songs, all that. Look at that. Is all of them got a Zion? Every word, in every verse, do we have a Zion on it, brother Josh?
Yes.
All right, I'm glad you saw that. But we're just gonna focus on the ones in the red. It says, read verse 51.
The proud have had me greatly in derision, yet have I not declined from thy law.
He has not declined from the law. Verse 53, what did it say?
Honor have taken hold upon me.
Oh, they don't say honor.
Horror have taken hold upon me because of the wicked that forsake thy law.
The wicked forsake the law. So what the righteous do?
Keep it.
They keep it. They embrace it. All you got to do is reverse engineer everything, don't you? You know how I know? Because I can what? Read. I can understand. Brother Ronnie started his life out as an ignoramus. I know Miss Winbush and Miss Hammonds and Miss Clark. They were like, this boy ain't gonna amount to nothing. He can't even read. You know, by first grade, when do they normally learn to read? Right out at first grade, don't it? Yeah, and I couldn't read nothing in kindergarten. He said, I ain't know none of that. If I brought my report card with the comments that they had, Miss Hammond, she said, Ronald is very sweet. That's what she said. He is sweet, but he stares into space. Auntie says, sweet and dumb is a sack of rocks. I just daydream. My mama, when that's wake up in the morning to be getting ready for school, I just be sitting in the bed, just daydreaming. And she, what you doing? We finna leave in 15 minutes. I was a little 6, 7-year-old. That was dumb as rocks. I really was. Into the 2nd grade when I finally learned how to read and everything, then it started picking up. Ronald is very sweet, but he stares into space. He doesn't finish any of his assignments. To tell her, I don't believe in assignments, woman. But anyway, locks and buttons. I see you. It's always good to see you. But anyway, he says, thy statues have been my what?
Songs.
In what?
In the house of my pilgrimage.
We pilgrims here, y'all. Mm-hmm. We strangers. Let's not do what the other people do. We do what the man who took the nails did. Matter of fact, he is the nail. You hear me? He said, I have remembered your name, O Yahuwah, in the night, and what?
And have kept thy law.
Okay, let's move on. The chef, that's life. It means life, sin, fence. It's like a fence. You need to be fenced in. Stay in. Don't be out. You want to be in. There go the evidence. All of them start with Cheth. He said, that say Cheth. That would say Heth. Well, like Haran, in some Bibles, it might say Haran. In some other Bibles, it may say Charan. But anyway, what does he do in verse 59?
I thought on my ways and turned my feet unto thy testimonies.
Turn your feet to his testimonies. Get yourself back in the gate. Because guess what sheep like to do? They like to go out there and stray. But the shepherd go out there. Even if it ain't but one, he go get them, don't he? He said, I made haste and what?
Delayed not to keep thy commandments.
Delayed not. But we delaying because we saying we ain't got to do it. What did he not? The bands of the wicked have robbed me, but what?
I have not forgotten thy law.
Keep forgetting. What it said? What did the writer of the Psalms? What did in the yellow? What does he want the Most High to do for him?
Teach me thy statutes.
Trying to tell you. Let's go to the next one, which is Teth. That's the 9th letter. It means good or goodness. They go to L. They go to that's wrong. What's the name? Hold on. Yeah, that's the wrong one. But anyway, for I have believed what?
Thy commandments.
Thy what?
Commandments.
And he didn't believe.
I have.
Verse 70, what'd he do?
Thy heart is as fat as grease, but I delight in thy law.
The wicked, they heart fat as grease. But he said, I delight in thy law. Verse 72, what'd he say?
Thy law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver.
It ain't true to other people. They want that bag, don't they? They don't realize that the law is the gold. That's the gold. All of this money gonna perish with you, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen? We see billionaires die all the time, don't we? NFL owners die. They died billionaires. Do they get to take it with them? Do they? No, you can't take that stuff with you. The Egyptian mummies, they thought they could. They'll have it all in their tombs. And they thought it was full when they go to the afterlife, so they'll have something to offer the God, that so they could pass through. You know how I know that didn't work? Because people excavating their stuff today and got all their gold. Every last single bit still there. Now, you might have some people in them tombs with a spear through their chest because the booby traps got them trying to steal that gold. But that gold will still be there, don't it? Boy, oh boy, I just need a chest full of it. You hear me? But yo, this is my favorite one. Yod and Mem are my favorite ones. Yo, the 10th letter. The 10th, we know what 10 commandments. It's got spiritual and symbolic significance. The finger of Yah. What did the finger of Yah do, Josh? It wrote the what?
Commandments.
That's why it's represented with the letter 10. Yod is the top of the yod is called a tittle. The smallest part is at the bottom yod. And it's in the Paleo Hebrew, it's represented by a hand. And on the end of a hand is a what? A finger. But yo, there you go, right there. Yo, look at that. But yo, what did it say?
Thy hands have made me and fashioned me. Give me understanding that I may learn thy commandments.
Skip down to verse 77.
Let thy tender mercies come unto me, that I may live, for thy law is my delight.
Why does he keep saying that? Even Paul gonna say it. Let those that what?
That fear thee turn unto me, and those that have known thy testimonies.
He said, let those that fear thee turn unto me. Uh-oh. That's how I know David wrote the 119 Psalms. Because he the king and priest. Yeshua is going to be his son. So this his son said, let those that fear thee turn to me. And those that have known your testimony. David wrote this. Ain't no Ezra wrote this. But let's go, because it's a yod. Yeshua said, because Christians, if the law is done away with, that makes Yahushua, that makes Jesus, that makes Yeshua, that makes Yahushua, that makes him a liar. Because what he's saying, Matthew 5:18.
For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
Till what?
All be fulfilled.
All be fulfilled. He said, not one jot. That's yod. Or one tittle. That's the top part of the yod. Will pass from the law. You see that yod right there? You see that yod? That's the smallest part of the. You see that? Let's look at yod. That yod, it means yod, the smallest letter in the Hebrew/Aramaic alphabet, as an expression for the least or minutest part. Yeshua said, not even that small little part up there gonna go from the law, till all the law and the prophets is fulfilled. And what is all the law and the prophet? Loving the Most High, loving neighbor, and everything that's in there. So if you love your neighbor, you wouldn't steal from him, would you? If you love your neighbor, you wouldn't take his wife, would you? If you love your neighbor, you wouldn't hit him upside the head with a rock and kill him, would you? If you loved your neighbor, you wouldn't make him work on the Sabbath. Let him rest. The world don't love you. They have you working every day of the week, don't they? Had to go get the fan. I was hollering at the people. See, y'all out here sinning, making it harder for me to get to my house quicker. Because you're supposed to be in anyway. Or on your way to a Sabbath service. Oh, brother, like, get out the way. Move. Get out the way. Like ludicrous. I was saying, get out the way so I can get back in time. Let's keep it moving, y'all. He said, heaven and earth will pass, but my words what?
Shall not pass.
They won't pass. Let's keep it moving. I showed you that yod, that jot. You see that stuff, the little small parts. Let's go to kaf. We moving fast now. It means to bend down or to bow. It's represented sometimes with an open palm. You know, to slap folks with. Get yourself back onto the path of righteousness. But there you go. All the first letters of each verse starts with a kaf. So kaf, verse 83. Only read the yellow, Josh.
Yet do I not forget thy statutes.
Next one.
Which are not after thy law.
The proud have dig pits. The wicked dig pits for us to fall in. Why? Because they are not after his law. What did he say in verse 86?
All thy commandments are faithful.
They full of faith. The wicked, the wicked forsake him, because the wicked consume him in the earth. But he said, I forsook not thy precepts. Come on, y'all got to get it. Lamed. It's like a shepherd's staff. It means to teach or to learn. Look at it. You got to be learning forever. You got to learn to do his word forever. You got to not forget. Look at this. Lamed. It said, read the yellow.
Forever, O Yahuwah, thy word is settled in heaven.
Is what?
Settled.
What does that mean? It's settled in heaven. What that mean? It's final. That's the decree. Read verse 90.
Thy faithfulness is unto all generations.
Whoa. Thy faithfulness, Brother Runner, you can't turn that to law. Then you just had heard me when I had said in Kaf that all thy commandments are faithful. So when you go here, thy law is unto who?
All generations.
Because he just said that all thy commandments are faithful. So you can say thy law is unto all generations. Everybody. You can try, when Yeshua come back on that white horse, try all that ain't under the law stuff if you want to. Bringing some pigs up to the Feast of Tabernacles. Try that if you want to. He gonna say, what is that? Oh, this is some of the finest Easter ham. He said, what? Get him up out of here. But what he say here is in 92, thy law has been my what?
My delight.
Why does it keep saying that? Mike Winger, please. Mike Winger, the dude that did the 13-minute and 48-second reading of Psalm 119. Why does he keep saying the law is his delight? Mem, this is my favorite one. It symbolizes water, wisdom. The word is water. Look at it. That's the evidence. It's all of them they all start with a mem. And the mem is the number, the numeric number is 40. And we already know about 40. Moses was on the mountain how many days? How many days was Yeshua in the wilderness? How many days were years were the children of Israel in the wilderness? 40. Stop it. Mem, water. We're going to read all of this one. Mem, what is the first thing he say?
Oh, how love I thy law.
He said, oh, how love I thy law. Because it's what?
My meditation all the day.
Through thy what?
Commandments.
Has what?
Made me wiser than mine enemies.
For they are his commandments are ever with us, and our enemies are ever with us, ain't they? He said, I have more understanding than who?
All my teachers.
For thy testimonies are what?
My meditation.
But wait a minute, how do you get more understanding? One day your teachers die, and you keep going and you keep learning more, right? Because Yeshua said that the servant is never above the master, but the servant can be what? Become like what? The master. Skip to verse 101. Go ahead.
I have refrained my feet from every evil way.
From some evil ways.
From every evil way.
When David wrote this, was eating pigs an evil way?
Yes.
Was the Sabbath, turning your feet from the Sabbath, was that an evil day? Was that an evil deed?
It was.
So David said, I don't do that stuff. Why don't we want to be like all of the ancients? Why we want to be like these heathens today? That's what I don't get. Why you want to be like them? What's so good about them? What at the bottom? I hate what?
I hate every false way.
Every false way. Not some false ways. Christmas, Jesus' birthday. Is that a true way, Josh?
No.
We supposed to hate it then. We ain't supposed to be around no tree. Talking about, oh, Christmas tree, your leaves are so unchanging. The Christmas tree unchanging, but the Most High changed though. The Most High made the Christmas tree, but he changed now and said, you know what? I changed my mind. Y'all can eat pigs now. Oh, y'all changed my mind. You ain't got to keep no Sabbath. Oh, I changed my mind. Ain't no way you can't not sin. That's dumb. But let's go to none. Because folks, if you keep saying the law done away with, you ain't gonna get none of them fruit in New Jerusalem. I'm sorry. Like, we ain't talking about no nuns like on Sister Act. They don't get none either, do they? But that's the 14th one. It's the 14th letter of the Hebrew alphabet with a numerical value of 50. We know what that represents. Pentecost, 50. Pentecost. A seed sprout. Right? Faithfulness. There go the evidence. They all start with none. But none. What's the first thing in none?
Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path.
Oh, what? He said, I have sworn and I will what?
Perform it.
Perform that word of that law. Skip down to verse 109. My soul is what?
Continually in my hand.
In my hand, yet I do not what?
Forget thy law.
They keep saying that too. So how can you read Psalm 119 and come away with, oh, we ain't got to do none of that? Let's move on. But I want to focus on the word. Law is a lamp unto, you got your hand up. He got a question. Thy word or law is what we want to see. So Proverbs 6:23 says what about? He said the word is a lamp unto my feet, a light unto my path. But Proverbs clears it up in 23. So what is that word that's a lamp? What is it?
For the commandment is a lamp and the law is light.
And the law is what?
Light.
Light. Isaiah 8:16. Bind up. What do he say? Bind up the what?
Testimony.
Seal the what?
Law among my disciples.
Did Yeshua do that to his brother Josh?
Yes.
To the law. It said to the law and to the testimony. If they what?
Speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Ain't no light. Ain't no law in them. That's in Isaiah. But then Peter turns around and say the same thing. He say, if any man speak, let him speak as what?
The oracles of Elohim.
You look it up. It ain't nothing but the Mosaic law. John 3:19 through 21. Read that.
And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world.
The light. That's the word, the law in human form, which was who?
Yahusha.
Yeah, it's coming to the world. And men loved what?
Darkness.
That means what?
Breaking the law.
Do they love to break the law? Yes. They tell you we can't keep it. So if you, whatever you do, you love. You know that. Don't nobody do nothing they hate, do they? Don't know. Yeah, except go to work because we want that money to pay these bills, don't it? Don't nobody do nothing that they hate, do you? You know how I know? I hate certain lifestyles, so I don't participate in them. Right? And that's keeping it straight so your channel don't get shut down. I said keeping it straight. Straight. You hear me? People that hate vegetables, most of the time they don't eat them, do they? I got a cousin hate vegetables, don't he? Y'all know who I'm talking about, don't you? He don't eat vegetables. For what? For who? For what? Yeah. I only eat the ones that I like. My wife be trying to sneak us stuff. Trying to sneak you some zucchini and squash. I said, I don't want that. She said, you didn't even try it. I did a long time ago. I don't like it. Shit, what else you put on our plate? Be trying to put on our plate. She put eggplants on our plate. I just eat around it. If it ain't green beans, greens, and spinach, that kind of stuff, don't come up here with no but pick it up at verse 20. We almost done.
For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light.
So if you do evil, you hate Yeshua, because he is the written word. Neither coming to the what?
Light.
But all throughout the Bible, Josh, what is the light?
The law is light.
Yeah. But he that doeth what?
Truth.
Or the law cometh to what?
The light.
Which is Yeshua. He the living light. He the living word. He's the word personified. What he said, Moses described me. How he described you? Because when Moses write about all the commandments and how to do them, and the how to do them, they describe Yeshua. Because when Yeshua was here, he did them. Right? Shemek is 60. It means support. Look at them. There's the evidence. They all together, ain't they? But the first thing is he said, I hate vain thoughts, but what?
Thy law do I love.
I love your law. I hope in your word. What he say in verse 115?
Depart from me, ye evildoers, for I will keep the commandments of my Elohim.
Oh my goodness. What these evildoers what did the Most High do to these evildoers in 118? Skip down to 118.
Thou hast trodden down all them that err from thy statutes, for their deceit is falsehood.
If you go away from his laws, statutes, and commandments, he gonna trodden you down. He is with him and all them saints on them white horses. But he said, depart from me, ye what?
Evildoers.
For I will keep the commandments. Okay, let's go. Let's focus on that. What Yeshua say. Because when he's go on, get that. Go on, get that. Just read. Yeah, go ahead.
Not everyone that saith unto me, Adonai, Adonai, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven.
The he that do what?
The will doeth the will.
The word, the will. A will has words, don't it? It's what you want carried out at your death. Yeshua taught the law, statutes, and commandment, and when he died, resurrected and ascended on high, he expected the will to be done. Right? Don't let him come back here and his will ain't done. It's gonna be bad for you. But he said, not everybody that called me Lord and Master, Adonai, Kyrios. Verse 22, many will say to me in that day, what?
Adonai, Adonai, have we not prophesied in thy name?
That prophesied in your name. What else?
And in thy name have cast out devils?
We done cast out devils. What else?
And in thy name done many wonderful works?
Many wonderful and marvelous works we have done, thou Messiah. What he gonna say?
And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
That's the same thing as Psalm 119, 115. Ain't it? Ain't that the same? That's the same. Shemek. So when you start quoting Matthew 7, 21 to 23, Shemek. You tell him you get to letter Shemek. Right? I said, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to learn all 176 verses by heart. Yeah, it's going to be a huge undertaking, ain't it? But ain or ayin. I used to say ain. You know, like I ain't doing that. But it's it's the I. It means to watch, to know, and it means 70. But go ahead, you can see all this stuff. It's spiritual and metaphorical insight or vision. The act of seeing and the source of life-giving water in arid or dry lands. You see the evidence. It's the first letter in all 8 verses, ain't it? Did you know that, Auntie? That every verse, like if we in IN, that every verse starts with that letter. Did you know that, Josh?
No.
Brother Ronnie, did you know that? Yeah, I've been knowing that. How long you been knowing? I only been knowing like 2 years. Because when I first did this, I didn't know that. I never looked that far to see. I just know I seen the Hebrew alphabets. But Ayin, what have they done, Brother Josh, in verse 126?
It is time for thee, Yahuwah, to work, for they have made void thy law.
They have what?
Made void thy law.
Who else did made void the law? Christians. What he say in the very next verse? Therefore, I what?
I love thy commandments above gold. Yea, above fine gold.
Fine gold. What he say? Again, he hate every false way. People don't love the Most High law over no gold, do they? I love his law over everybody. I don't care what my family think. You know, he crazy. He teaching them laws. He done went off. I don't care what you think. I'm right, you wrong. We gonna see in the end, ain't we? If I'm wrong, I still get in. If you wrong, you in trouble. Because I still believe in Messiah. You wrong, you going to hell. They done made void that law. What Paul say in Romans 3:31?
Do we then make void the law through faith? Elohim forbid. Yea, we establish the law.
Yeah, we established it. Ain't nobody abolishing the law except y'all wicked Christians. Hey, P or P or what I teach, PE. It means a mouth or speech. The power of words which can bring life or harm depending on their use. Let's look at it. You see the evidence, don't you? PE. What has he? He says, what his words do? In the red.
Oh, that words give light. It
give light. And what else they give?
Giveth understanding.
Unto the simple or stupid people. Dumb people. He said, I opened my mouth and panted for I what?
Long for that commandment.
Do anybody long for his command? Do you know what the long means to long for something? Want it bad. In your bed aching. Oh my goodness. When I was in Texas, I was aching. I wasn't aching for no bacon. I was aching for some my wife are back there. I'm sleeping in a hotel bed by myself. What they do that at? Gee, I done what I do every night. What I do, I shimmy on over there too, don't I? Soon as I get in that bed, I said that doggone Sterling and Sophia got me away from my boo thing. Sometimes she might be, she might be spiritual hot flash. Sometimes she be like, get off me, like I'm hot. Said, too bad, so sad. Keep these commandments, you ain't got to worry about that later. Right? I shimmy on over there. I don't care if it's summer, winter, spring, or fall. I snuggle with my bunny. Oh, what y'all call a snuggle bunny? Snuggle bunny. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. But he said, order my steps what?
In that word.
They got a song called Order My Steps in Your Word. You ever heard that song, Auntie? Order my steps in your word. That's in the alphabet. Keep the law, statutes, and commandment. How come they don't say, order my steps in your law? Order my steps in your Torah. They don't sing that, do they? You better. This where it says that. That's where you got the words from this song from, Pat. If I'm saying that right. That's the way I said, Pat. He said, rivers of water run down my eyes because the wicked, what they don't do?
Because they keep not the law.
They don't keep your law. He crying. Yeshua crying. He was with Jerusalem. Oh, Jerusalem. Oh, Jerusalem. You that murder the prophets. What the prophets teach? This. He said, how often I wanted to gather you together like a hen do her little chicks. Pat said, you got to long for them commandments. Long for them. Aching. Some people be aching for bacon, don't they? But anyway, order my steps. And what he say? Oh, yeah, we skipped that. It said, order my steps and let not iniquity have what?
Dominion over
It's the same thing Paul said. Let not sin therefore reign or have dominion in your mortal body, that ye shall obey it in the lust thereof. They say the same thing. Neither you your members as what, Josh?
Instruments of unrighteousness unto sin.
But
Yield yourselves unto Elohim as those that are alive from the dead,
mhm,
and your members as instruments of righteousness unto Elohim.
right. If y'all hang in there on the chat, it's gonna be something real deep at the end. Don't. They still, it says 27 in here. All right, YouTube tripping, ain't they? But read verse 14. For sin shall not have what?
Dominion over you.
Ain't that what he said? Order my steps in your word and let not iniquity have dominion over me. Ain't that the same thing? Paul saying the same. Everybody in the Bible saying it except these wicked Christians today. They be lying on Paul. Paul probably like, man, I can't wait to get that. Yeshua, please let me be one of them folks on them white horses. Please. Baby, please, baby, please. You know, Dwayne, when he busted in Whitley and Byron wedding. Baby, please. Paul said, please, Yahuwah, please let me be one of them. Let me be one of the ones on the front line. Bust them up. Let's go to Tazadi. That means a fish hook. To hunt or a foundation. Righteousness, basically. There go the evidence. But we ain't gonna read all this. Thy testimony that thou hast commanded are righteous and very faithful. My zeal hath consumed me because my enemies have what, Josh?
Forgotten thy words.
What is their word? It's very what?
Very pure.
Therefore thy servant loveth it. Then we already know it's the law, statute, commandment. And you know our favorite one, always on the bottom of the screen. Read 119 and 142.
Thy righteousness is everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
It's the truth, ain't it, brother Josh?
It is.
So calm, so cool, so collected. Tazadi hook. We already know it's a hook. It says, well, let's go back what it said. It said it's a fishing hook. What Yeshua say? Read that. What do you say in Matthew 4:19?
And he saith unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.
What he got on the hook? Them laws, statutes, and commandments. That's the bait. Mark 1:17, what did he say?
And Yahusha said unto them, come ye after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men.
Fishers of men. Hook. Tazadi. What's Tazadi? You see it. Don't forget the word. It's pure. It's righteousness. It's truth. Keep it in your what? Live. Cough. Not cough. It means an eye of a needle. Look at that. There's the proof. Look at that. You know, when Yeshua said it's easier for a camel to go through the eye, this ain't what it means. What they did, what it used to mean is when a camel went into a city, it was a little thing, a little door they go into, and they would have to bend down and try to get through there. And it's hard for them big camels to get through there. That's the eye of the needle. He ain't talking about that kind of needle. But cough. What did he say? I will what? Keep what?
Thy statutes.
It says, I might meditate. He said, mine eyes prevent the night watches that I might what?
Meditate in thy word.
It says, they draw nigh that follow after mischief. They are far from
Thy law.
Thou art near, O Yahuwah, and all thy what?
Commandments of truth.
Cough and Tazadi saying the same thing, ain't they? We heard it up, but you know, 100. You know, it represents 100. But Abraham was 100 years old when Isaac was born. Isaac reaped 100-fold in the year of famine, didn't he? Let's go down. A normal lifespan is sometimes reckoned as 100 years, as in Isaiah 65:20. But you know, you can screenshot that on your own. But Resh, 200. You know, when David was trying to get the wife of Saul the king, they tricked him, so he had to get 200 what? He had to get 200 foreskins from the Philistines. Like, man, they giants, man. He did it though. A lot of stuff that represents 200. But Resh, we almost done. Resh, what does it mean?
Consider mine affliction and deliver me, for I do not forget thy law.
I don't forget. Why do they keep saying that, Auntie? I don't even got to read that no more. This is one I want to get to. Shin 300. It means teeth or tooth. What did he do to the wicked, Josh, in Psalms 3:7?
Arise, O Yahuwah, save me, O my Elohim, for thou hast smitten all my enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly.
He break their teeth. So we got the devil walks about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. He a toothless lion. Because he wicked. Toothless. Ain't got no power. He like the cowardly lion on what's the movie? The Wizard of Oz. I didn't bite him. Got before the wizard, everybody. And what he do? Fell out, didn't he? He ain't got no teeth. Psalm 58:6 says what? Break what, Josh?
Their teeth.
O Elohim, in their mouth. Break what?
Out the great teeth of the young lion.
The great teeth. Oh my goodness, that them canines, ain't it? If a lion didn't have them teeth, then you got to worry about them claws, though. They still got them claws. But if he try to bite you, he ain't gonna do no but gum you up, ain't
Good massage.
he? Gum you to death, won't he? The most I take the but teeth, it also represents flames and teeth. What the Bible said, they're gonna be what? Weeping and what? Gnashing of what? Teeth. But anyway, princes have persecuted me without they persecute you for nothing, but my heart standeth in awe of what?
That word.
I hate what?
And abhor lying.
I hate lying. But what he like though?
But thy law do I love.
Great peace have they which what?
Love thy law.
If you keep all his commandments, if you don't sleep with your brother's wife, he ain't at your door with a pistol trying to get you, is he? If you don't steal, ain't nobody accusing you of it, are they? You have peace in your life. He said in 166, I have what?
Hope for thy salvation.
And what?
Done thy commandments.
He know I'm going to get that salvation because why? I done your commandments. Let's go to Tav 400. This is the last one. He said, it ain't the last slide, but it's the last one, Sister Chess. It says Tav. It means 400. It means a mark, a sign, or a what? Signature. That's what it means. But look at that. There go your evidence. Tav. And it always means what? Deliverance, don't it? It said, deliver me according to your what?
Thy word.
My tongue shall speak of thy word for?
All thy commandments are righteousness.
All of them righteousness. Verse 174, thy law is what?
Is my delight.
Why do they keep saying that? But the first part of 174 said, I have longed. You got to long, like he longed for commandments. He said he longed for salvation. Then you know the salvation is in the commands, ain't it? I'm trying to tell you, you got to reverse engineer. You know how I know that? Because I can read. Because all these people keep saying they didn't forget. You see that? Forget. We done forgot. We read this already, but look, they done forgotten the law. But that 400, guess what it represents? It represents what? A mark, a sign, signature. Let's go to Sojourner Truth. 400. Well, first let's how long was African Americans in slavery? Africans were enslaved in what became the United States for approximately 246 years. From the first documented arrival of enslaved people in Virginia in 1619 until slavery was legally abolished by the 13th Amendment in 1865. However, the broader history of the transatlantic slave trade, which brought Africans to the Americans, spanned over 400 years. Tav. It means mark or signature. All this time. So let's see what the Tav is. The Tav, that's what it was. It was a mark, like an X. Mark, signs, signatures. When we couldn't learn to read, which we know how to read now, well, we know how to pronounce words now. Let me go to it. We were signing in our ancient language all this time. Didn't know it. Because enslaved people were legally, read that, Josh. What were they?
Because enslaved people were legally forbidden from learning to read and write. They signed documents using a mark, most commonly an X.
A what?
An X.
A who?
X.
In what?
Legal setting. This was known as a signature by mark.
Ain't that what titles mean? Mark, sign, signature.
Hey,
Auntie said, hey. And it means the numeric value of tav or tau is 400.
tell us who we were.
Telling you they didn't know, but we know. You enslaved for 400 years. They don't let you read. They don't let you write. But when you sign, you just mark an X. Signing that Hebrew letter. You better know. You better know. Keep reading.
The mark was made under specific conditions to be legally binding.
Read accompanied by witnesses or a notary.
A literal witness would write the enslaved.
A literate
witness would write the enslaved person's name next to the X and sign the document themselves. The witness would then testify that the enslaved person made the mark intentionally.
Made it intentionally. Or the mark. It's a mark, folks. The tav. Let's go see what the tav means. Let's look at some of it. It said, deliver me according to thy word. Keep his commands, you'll be delivered. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness. These words, that's the Most High was making us sign it all that time, wasn't he? Get yourself right. But anyway, and this same people that has been oppressed, who is these scriptures talking about? Read Isaiah 3:12.
As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Oh, my people.
Oh, they said, our children are oppressors today. These youngins, these YNs out here cutting the food, ain't they? And I blame people. You don't blame rap. I blame this hip hop culture. Now, hip hop didn't originally start out like that. It became like that. Rapping about women, fast life, drugs, all illegal stuff. And these children, they take it all in and they reenact what they see. He said, children are their oppressors and women rule. Who do you see most in these Sunday churches? I know the black church for sure. Who? Women. Women rule over them. Who running these households today? Women. He said, oh, my people, what?
They which lead thee cause thee to err.
And what?
Destroy the way of thy paths.
Now let's go to Hosea 4:1 and 2. What did it say?
Hear the word of the Most High, ye children of Yasharel. For Yahuwah hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Elohim in the land.
No, it ain't no truth, is it? They tell you, get out of here with that. Well, brother, we ain't under that. That's Old Testament. You say, you know the word testament ain't in the Old Testament? Did you know that? Huh? They don't know nothing. I'm going to say, sit your empty head down on the back row. My family on the back row, that don't mean their head's empty. They just humble. They don't want to be on the front row. Humble. My wife humble. She don't want no attention. Do she? She always stay out to the side, don't it? That will make you notice people, the ones that don't want to be seen. You know, the ones that, what them socks you had on when we used to go to the track? Boy, I said, I ain't seen no socks like that in a long time. Did they have stripes on them? Yeah. We was at the track walking. I said, this the kind of woman I want. An unassuming woman, a quiet and meek woman. She probably got him somewhere. But anyway, verse 2, what did it say? There ain't no truth, but verse 2, by what?
Swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out. And blood toucheth blood.
That means, what blood touching blood mean? That mean they killing each other. Is our community doing that, Brother Josh?
They are.
They are. And so, Brother Randy, blood touching blood don't mean, hey, what blood touching blood mean? What did it say, Josh?
Blood toucheth blood is a phrase from the Bible, specifically Hosea 4:2, KJV. This phrase is a metaphor that describes a cycle of violence and bloodshed. It suggests that when one act of violence occurs, it leads to another, creating a spiral of retribution.
Is that true today in the black community? Is that true? So we need to get our behinds back to the Aleph, to the Tav, if we want to see what he said. If my people that be my people, what? Humble that which I call by my name and humble themselves. What he said, I will what? Heal their land. Get yourself back to this book. Get yourself back to delighting in this word. This is the class right here, the delight of the Lord, Ohio crew. I still got I should have put the screenshot up here. What I had Sister Erica message. Get yourself back. Get yourself out of Sunday worship. You can worship him at your house on Sunday, but he didn't command you to congregate like that, did he? You can get together with some people on Sunday, but you can't do it in lieu of the Sabbath. You do it on the Sabbath. If you want to gather together with some fellow believers on a Sunday, fine. But you don't do that to say, well, we ain't got to do the Sabbath. We're going to do the... That's what's wrong. Psalms 37:4 said, delight thyself what, Brother Josh?
Also in Yahuwah.
In Yahuwah. Look at that. Paul said he delighted in the law of the Most High, just like in the alphabet. Didn't he? We saw that I delight in the Most High law in a lot of the alphabets, didn't we? We free from the law of sin and death. What frees you from the law of sin and death? Doing the law of righteousness, which gets you life. We want to be under that law. Keep that law alive. Look at all these delights. These were all the ones that had our delight. Look at all them delights. You know, Sunny Delight. Y'all remember that drink, Sunny Delight, that commercial? What we got in the refrigerator? Kool-Aid, OJ, purple stuff. You remember that commercial? All the kids come over to your house, open the refrigerator. Man, I've been there with a baseball bat, beating them all back. Y'all ain't paid for none of this. Get out. No, I wouldn't. I say, get what you want. When people come to my house, I offer, Brother Josh, when you came over, did I offer you a cold, fresh beverage to drink?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Your son did too.
Huh?
Your son did too.
Yeah, my son did too, because he been taught. Boy. But we already know the fear of the Most High. We know this. But these are the main ones I wanted to hit on. Yeshua said in Matthew, we only got our regular verse that we end with is next. So we about done. And y'all went through 148 slides. That's a lot, wasn't it? Look at her looking at me. It ain't been but 2 hours. It been 2 hours. And so according to Nehemiah and them, y'all still owe me 4. Right, Josh?
Let's get it.
Matthew 6:33. What did it say? What did Yeshua say? Seek what?
Ye first the kingdom of Elohim and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
And so that's what Yeshua says. Seek righteousness. And that first one is Tasadi. Y'all should know that. That's Tasadi. That's the hook. What did it say?
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
That's it. Oh, you back now, huh? Oh, you can put your sleeves down. Like, yeah, boy, look, he ain't hurt nobody. We sweating those toxins out today. But the next one is cough. That's the eye of the needle. What is it? Go ahead and get that, Josh.
Seeking Yah and striving for righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
Thou art near, O Yahuwah, and all thy commandments are truth.
They true, all of them. And the tav, which we just got out of here, our tongue should do what?
Shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness.
All of them. All of them. All of them. The Hebrew ABCs, y'all. The Hebrew alphabet, y'all. That's the foundation for being able to understand the whole Bible. So people say, well, he ain't say nothing about the Sabbath. That's why I keep saying all your commandments are righteousness. All your commandments are truth. All your commandments are full of faith. I have longed for your commandments. I have longed for your righteousness. You see what I mean? I'm saying? Well, let's get the last one.
And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. I am the Aleph and the Taf.
Right. So, because Omega is the what? The last letter of the Greek alphabet. They got 24 alphabet, but it's the last. But in a Hebrew context, you would say what? Like what Josh just said. What you just say?
Aleph and the Taf.
Aleph and the Tav or Tav. Same thing. So you got the Hebrew alphabet in the last book of the Bible. Don't you, Auntie? What we got? I said we got the last, in the last book of the Bible, you see the Aleph and the Tav. So you get yourself back there. Get yourself back there. So when you look up the Hebrew alpha, it's going to say Aleph. So when you get to Omega, it's going to let you know that the last going to be Tav or Tau. The beginning and the end, the first and the last. He said, I'm the whole book, y'all. In the beginning was the what? Word. Go ahead and get that, Josh. Finish it on up. Blessed.
Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Stop. Psalm 119 said, blessed are the undefiled in the way who walk in the law of the Lord. Is that the same thing? That's the exact same thing. Do the Ricky Bobby stop, freeze, pose for the frame, and we all do the same thing. Ain't that, Auntie? Blessed are they. Psalm 119 and 1 said, hold on, now you brother Ronnie got to go to it. This is the last one. Y'all will be all right. Shoot, man. Go home and watch a Marvel movie. You be in there all day. Shoot, I can't even watch the movies. No, they too daggone long. Are they too long for you two, Auntie? What did it say, Josh? Blessed are what?
Are the undefiled in the way who walk in the law of the Most High.
So do law mean commandments and commandments mean law?
Yes.
So when we get back here, blessed are they that do his commandments. They undefiled. That they may have what?
Right to the tree of life.
Only people who obey get the right to the tree of life. You want to know how I know? What he do to Adam when he sinned? Kicked him out. And what he say? What he say when he kicked him out? He said, get them out of here lest they also eat from what? The tree of life. Only people who do what he say can get to eat from the tree. Because if the case, he would have let Adam go on over there and just get some, boy. That'll get you back right. No, you got to obey me. I got to wait to send a man that I know that's going to obey me. What man going to do that? He ain't a man right now. Right now, he my word. My word going to go. I'm going to put my word in some flesh. And that man that got my word in his flesh, he going to get it back right for everybody. So then everybody can start back eating because everybody going to start doing what he say. But today, we ain't got folks doing what he say. We got folks doing what they want and say. But when they pay, they say. These folks, they ain't paid jack. Yeshua paid, so he get to say. But he said, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates of the city. Because on the outside, what's out there, Josh?
Dogs,
What else?
sorcerers, and sorcerers, whoremongers, and murderers,
and
idolaters,
and whosoever what?
loveth and maketh a lie.
Jesus' birthday on Christmas. Is that a lie? That's a lie. See, they got y'all serving another Jesus, another Yeshua. Y'all like the Mormons. They book called the Book of Mormon, and it say on it, that class coming to another testament of Jesus Christ. Another? He ain't got no another testimony. Boy, when I break that book down for y'all, when they start knocking, because I heard you be letting them in the house and stuff. He let them in, don't he? You'll have something to talk to them about. You tell them sit down. Oh, they were like, what we doing? Just be quiet. I'm putting it on YouTube real quick. Who that black fella? Oh, that's my nephew and pastor. He about to break y'all book down. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm finna call him right now. Will y'all stay here and wait on him to get here? He'll be here in 19 minutes. It don't take him but 19 minutes to get here. That's about how long it take me to get to your house. But anyway, what did it say?
I, Yahusha, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. And the Spirit and the bride say,
Come!
And let him that heareth say,
Come!
And let him that is athirst,
Come!
and whosoever will,
let him take. Oh, my bad. I took your part. Go ahead, bro.
let him take of the water of life.
Freely! It's free, it's free, it's free. Hey, brothers and sisters, take these because the world needs Hebrew alphabets, don't they? Auntie, do they need them? Yeah, they need them. You want to know how I know I need them? When me, Rachel, and my son Robert, we went to the game store the other day. And we went to the game store. And, you know, Rachel, we got her. What's that game we got you? Minecraft. I said, this time it look fun. But we got it for her anyway. And when they were checking us out, you know, I ain't say nothing. But the dude so I just want to know, did Rachel notice? Because she's 10 years old. I said, Rachel, did you notice anything about the clerk? The person that rang us up? And she said, yes. She kind of looks like a man. That's what Rachel said. I said, oh, you noticed that? She said, yes. I said, I said, is that right? She said, no, sir. Even the little babies, they know. They looking. You know, we didn't treat him bad or nothing. You know, thank you. Have a good day. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, but I love and appreciate everybody. But thank you for coming in. Get these ABCs to your people. Get them to them. You ain't got to show them my video. You got enough notes to tell them about it, don't you? Pull the Bible out. And matter of fact, I also, if you would like a PDF copy of today's message with all of the slides, I got them in PDF. If you would like for the PDF, I will send it to you. It won't have no videos in it, but I will send it to you. I always PDF my stuff, PDF to have backup copies. But I will PDF. Just go to rapministry.org and I'll say, all you got to do is say, I want the presentation. And I'll send it to you. You have these ABCs for if you can put it in your phone, you can put it on your iPad, put it on your desktop. When you got with your piece, you can break it down to them. So okay, Kelvin Million, I ain't got time with the email, bro. Send that to me. I'm gonna send it to you, my good brother. But I thank you guys for coming on in today. Pray for me, especially pray for my brother get to keep his job. You know, the principal he told us, y'all, I think y'all will be fine. You know. And I was like, okay, yeah. And then my coworker, she said, well, you was here first. She said, you were here first. And you called me over here to come over here. So I would just tell him to let me go. I said, that sounds good and fine when they saying it now. But when that time ever comes, I think she would do it. I think she would. But I don't think that nobody, I don't think either one of us gonna lose our job. But it don't help for the saints to pray, do it. The sign, seal, deliver. But thank y'all for coming on in. I'm gonna definitely get y'all everybody that stuff. Mama J Pope, you didn't get your book? I sent you, I got your I gotta call FedEx and say they ain't need you, and that's a process. You didn't get it? Yeah, I sent it. I must go back and look through the receipts because I had your receipt. If I gotta even buy you another one and send it out, I'll do that. You know, I will do that. I'm sorry you didn't get yours, but I'll get on that. But love and appreciate everybody. Go out and be a ambassador for the kingdom of Yah, because you might be the only Torah people see. Brother Josh, before we get out of here, do you got any edifying words you want to share with the people? If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But go ahead, good brother. This your time.
Go and praise the Most High with your family.
Yes, go home and praise the Most High with your family. I just saw where Kendall said Nancy does that too. What's that, good brother? I missed it. Oh, snuggle up. Yeah, she just want to be with her hubby. That's all. But love and appreciate you guys. Go out, be an ambassador. Like I said, pray for me, pray for you, and I love you all. And Most High willing, we'll be right back next week with another great teaching. It's Sterling time to go next week, so me and Brother Sterling will be up here next week. Mama, I see you. Mama J Pope said you're a voice of strength, good brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, but hallelujah, saints of the Most High, we are out. Peace and blessings be unto you. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.